Good morning, boys and girls, and welcome to Seat Work Explanation. Today is lesson number 151. All right, boys and girls, let's take a look at our Working with Phonics paper, our handwriting page 155. As always, boys and girls, please make sure you write your name on your paper. We are going to review our capital and lowercase letters for section 1. We are going to review our capital and lowercase letters for the letter V, W, and X. Then you are going to write the special sound ch in patch, ild in child, and ind in kind. Let's take a look at section 2. Write the words under the correct sound. Let's read the words in the green box. You have the word wildly, watch, child, scratch, behind, kind. Here's those special sounds. You got ch in patch, ild in child, ind in kind. Let's take a look at wildly. Wildly. Does wildly have ch in patch, ild in child, or ind in kind? Wildly will go on the line under ild with child. If you look here, ILD, you see it right here. So this is where wildly will go. Once you are done, cross out your words. All right, boys and girls, let's take a look at our next seat work paper, our math paper, page 301. As always, boys and girls, please make sure you have your name on top of your paper. Let's take a look at section 1. Section 1 says how many tally marks? Let's take a look at the tally mark right here. Notice that last week we learned about tally marks. To make a tally mark, we draw a straight line for each number. But when we have 5 or more, we need to group them by 5s. You draw 4 straight stick and then a slanted stick across the 4 to form 5. So every time you see this, you know you can count by 5s. So let's go ahead and count. 5, 6, 7. So here, this tally mark shows 7. Let's take a look at the next one. This shows 5. Let's count groups of 5. 5, 10. This group of tally marks shows 10. You'll write 10 in the box. Let's take a look at section 2. Draw tally marks to show these numbers. Here, you need to draw tally marks to show the number 5. Remember, to show 5, you write 4 straight line and then 1 slanted line across the 4, just like this. Take a look at section 3. Set the clock. The time is 7:35. You have to set the clock by drawing the hour hand and minute hand. Let's take a look at section 4. Write the answers. You're going to add, and then you're going to write your answers in the box. Be careful when you get to the last one. It says 10 minus 5 plus 3. You have to do 2 different problems here. You have to subtract first, and then you add. Let's take a look at section 5. How many cents? You're going to count your cents starting with the greatest value all the way to the least value. As you can see, you have the quarters and nickels and dimes. Guess what? Which one's the greatest value, the nickel or the dime? The dime is greater than a nickel, so when you're counting, count the quarters first, then count your dime, count your nickels, and then count your pennies. Let's take a look at section 6. Mark the circle under the correct answer. Here, this is 1/2 of 16. Which number is half of 16? 6, 8, or 10? Half of 16 is 8. 8 is half of 16. 8 plus 8 equals 16. You'll do the same for 1/2 of 12 and 1/2 of 18. Let's take a look on page 302, the back side of our math paper. Section 1 says, draw tally marks to show the combination. Write the sums. Take a look at the one that's done for you. Here, the combination is 5 plus 8. You're going to be drawing tally mark. Here's 5 plus 8, and then you're going to count 5, 10, 11, 12, 13. 5 plus 8 equals 13. Don't forget to draw your tally marks in the space provided. Take a look at section 2. Write the sums. You're going to be adding. Make sure you start with the ones place, and then you move on and add the digits in the tens place. Don't forget you're going to carry for these 3 problems. Let's take a look at section 3. Write greater than or less than. You're going to be comparing your measure sentences. 1 inch is greater than or less than 1 foot. 1 inch is less than 1 foot. Let's take a look at the next one. 1/2 dozen is greater than or less than 1 dozen. Remember, 1/2 dozen equals 6 things, and 1 dozen things equals 12 things. So therefore, 1/2 dozen is less than 1 dozen. Take a look at 1 pint and 1 quart. 1 pint is a greater than or less than 1 quart. 1 pint is less than 1 quart. Let's take a look at 1 ounce and 1 pound. Is 1 ounce greater than or less than 1 pound? 1 ounce is less than 1 pound. Let's take a look at 1 yard and 1 foot. Is 1 yard greater than or less than 1 foot? 1 yard is greater than 1 foot. 1 month and 1 week. Is 1 month greater than or less than 1 week? 1 month is greater than 1 week. Boys and girls, let's take a look at our next paper, our letters and sound, page 151. Please make sure you have your name written on your paper. Let's take a look at the word challenge. Read the definitions. Can you use the correct word in each sentence? A hare is a rabbit. I have hair on my head. Jen will comb her. Which hair we're going to use? Hair that's a rabbit or the hair on your head? Jen will comb her hair, and you will write H-A-I-R. Here, the little hare hopped through the grass, and we will write H-A-R-E. You will do the rest for pear. A pair of things is 2, or a pear is a fruit. Right? means to make letters or words on paper. Right means not wrong. All right, boys and girls, take a look at our language page 151. Make sure you have your name on your paper. Section 1 says read the verse, write 2 sentences telling how you can obey your parents. Here's the verse. Children, obey your parents in the Lord, for this is right. Ephesians 6 verse 1. You're going to write 2 sentences on how you can obey your parents. Section 2 says write a word that is opposite. Let's take a look at our example. We have summer. The opposite of summer is winter. You're going to write the opposites for these words right here. Night. What's the opposite of night? The opposite of night is day. All right, boys and girls, please make sure you are practicing your spelling for List 28 this week. Make sure you are copying your words 2 times each today. And don't forget your Spelling City activities for the remainder of the week. Complete your Spelling City activities and then take your spelling test on Friday. All right, boys and girls, that is our time for seat work explanation today. Have a wonderful day.